Ever wonder why you can't get below 15% body fat while some people make it look easy? Well, it's not about genetics, it's not some secret supplement, and it sure as hell isn't about willpower. Let me prove it. When it comes to getting lean, one of the secrets is to model behavior. Now, I'm not talking about fitness influencers, actors, or just people who obsess about their bodies and don't have a life. What I am talking about are everyday people, business owners, busy professionals, parents, founders, and people who consistently keep their bodies under 15% year after year. So I did a couple of things. The first thing I did was ask my own clients who keep themselves under 15% body fat for over 2 years what they do to stay lean all year round. I also put out a poll to my 755,000 followers on X and asked them what they do on a regular basis to keep themselves under 15%. In total, I got back over 1,000 plus responses. So here are the 10 most common traits of people who keep themselves lean all year round. Number 1 is that they don't drink alcohol, and if they do, they drink very minimal amounts. Now, if alcohol built fit bodies, Oktoberfest would look like the Mr. Olympia stage. To fit people, alcohol is a treat, it's not a routine, and it's usually the first thing to go when the scale creeps up. And there's a good reason why. Alcohol increases appetite. It is empty calories, and your body prioritizes burning the alcohol first before it burns off any type of fat. I like to think that when you drink alcohol, you're literally delaying your fat loss results by at least 1 to 2 days. It is a net negative for staying lean, and this is the reason why a lot of people stay away from it or minimize it from their lives. Number 2 is that they walk 10,000 steps every single day. Almost everyone mentioned this. It's not about running marathons or living in the gym. They just walk a lot. They walk to the store, they walk during calls, they walk after dinner, and it all adds up. It burns fat, it keeps you sane, and it doesn't require willpower. If you do nothing else, start walking more. And something else that I noticed with a lot of people who stay lean is the fact that they move a lot without thinking about it. They either fidget, they walk, or they live active lives, and this is something that is baked into their lifestyles. And this is one of the reasons why they keep themselves lean all year round. And by the way, I created a free walking guide that we use to help our clients burn belly fat. You can grab it at the link below. Number 3, they do some form of time-restricted eating. You can call it intermittent fasting or just forgetting to eat. Most lean people go long stretches without food, either by accident or on purpose. They don't graze all day, and their eating window is usually shorter than average. Especially in this modern day food environment, we have to understand that we need boundaries and guardrails. We live in an environment that wants to stuff food in our faces 24/7, and this is the reason why we need to have hard rules for how we eat. Number 4, they lift weights, but they don't live at the gym. This is the number 1 exercise routine I have found when it comes to people who use exercise as a way of staying lean. And for good reason. Lifting weights keeps your metabolism high. It helps you maintain muscle. And if there's anything that you know, especially about building muscle, is the fact that it is hard to gain and easy to lose. And you don't necessarily have to live at the gym, but what you want is you want to have a lifestyle that incorporates some form of resistance training to make sure that you keep your hard-earned muscle. Lifting is a non-negotiable, but it doesn't have to be hours of torture. You want to aim for 3 to 4 short, focused strength workouts a week. You want to base these workouts around the main movements like the squat, the bench, the deadlift, the overhead press, the horizontal pull, the pull-up, a lunge, a carry. And then you want to line up the rest of your workout with isolation exercises like bicep curls, tricep pushdowns, lat raises, calf raises, and even anterior tib raises. And something else that I noticed is the fact that they never miss twice. If they miss once, it was a mistake. If they miss twice, that makes it a routine. Number 5 is that they do some form of cardio that they enjoy. So the people I've talked to mix in types of cardio that they like doing and stay active. Some people sprint, some people bike, some people just walk really fast, and other people play sports. A lot of people I've been talking to lately have been playing pickleball. And regardless of whatever it is, they do some form of exercise that they don't even deem as exercise. One of my favorite forms of exercise that doesn't feel like exercise is surfing. I will do this every single day. I will even do it twice a day because I just love it so much. And it doesn't make me feel like I have to do cardio. It's just something I love doing. And the biggest secret to this is that the best form of exercise, it doesn't even feel like exercise. It feels fun. And by the way, do you notice a pattern yet? This isn't complicated, it's consistency. And that's exactly why most people never do it. Now, number 6 is that they track something but don't obsess over it. So people who keep themselves under 15% body fat know they're under 15% body fat because they're tracking something. They're not obsessing about what they're tracking, but they have things that keep them honest. And this could be daily weigh-ins, it could be shirtless selfies, it could be DEXA scans, it could be doing blood work. The point is that they catch weight creep very early before it turns into a problem. Like anything, you measure what you manage, and if you want to improve something or even maintain something, you have to keep on tracking it. And this is the biggest thing that I've realized in 20 years of coaching and coaching thousands of clients is the fact that people are so scared to know their numbers. They avoid the scale. They will avoid tracking their waistline measurements. They will avoid taking pictures when it is these very things that will keep them on track. When we start tracking, our brains subconsciously want to improve ourselves and get us back down to baseline level. But you can't know that if you're not tracking. Number 7, sleep is a non-negotiable. So lean people sleep like it's their job. And a lot of times I find that people who have great genetics and keep themselves under 15% body fat, they're also great sleepers. They get the right quantity, which is around 7 to 8 hours a night, and they get the right quality, which is the ability to put their head on a pillow and just time travel to the next day. And this just makes sense because when you're tired, your appetite and cravings are out of control. And when you don't get enough sleep, the same thing happens the next day, and this becomes a vicious cycle where you just keep on being hungry or you keep on eating food and you don't necessarily feel satisfied. But getting great sleep is not just about your food intake. It also is the ability to have incredible amounts of energy, more control over your emotions, and a body that recovers like it's Wolverine. And with all those things combined, you have the world's best performance-enhancing drug on the planet. And by the way, if you struggle with sleep, we created a free guide that shows you the protocol we use to help clients 2x the quality of their sleep. You can grab it for free at the link below. Number 8, they eat protein with every meal and they prioritize real food. So people who stay lean don't necessarily count every gram, but they eat very high protein meals. Their staples are eggs, chicken, steak, beef, and Greek yogurt. And there's one thing that I remember that a mentor told me that stuck with me to this day, which is the fact that if your great grandma recognized it as food, it probably keeps you lean. So lean people index on whole foods, which not only helps them feel energetic and also mentally healthier, it also keeps them fuller throughout the day. Usually, even the things that they're snacking on are going to be fruits, nuts, and even vegetables, not some bag of chips. And it's not about eating less. It's about eating enough of the right stuff so you don't go hunting for junk at midnight. Number 9, they keep processed foods to a minimum. It's not that they stay away from processed food. It's the fact that they keep it to a bare minimum. And something that you may not know is the fact that there is something called a trigger food. And these are foods that when you start eating them, you cannot stop. And for me, that's Nutella. You know that thing when you open up a jar of Nutella just for the taste, and then you suddenly find yourself scraping the bottom like a crackhead? Yeah, this is exactly why I don't keep that shit around. We have to understand and know what these trigger foods are. And like one person said, if it's in your house, it's in your mouth, so don't bring it home. A great rule when it comes to food is to just stop eating the types of foods that make you overeat them in the first place. But if you take just one thing away from this list, let it be this last rule. Number 10, routine over motivation. So no one ever said, I'm always motivated. They build routines, they have set rules, they have non-negotiables. They don't wait until they feel like eating healthy or exercising, they just do it. They don't rely on their feelings to take action. And a lot of people are like, I'm just gonna wait till I'm motivated to get in shape. Well, I'm gonna tell you right now, that's f***ing bullshit. People who keep themselves lean and under 15% all year round are doing it regardless of how they feel. Oh, I don't feel like going to the gym today? Well, f it, I'm still going to the gym. Oh, I don't feel like eating healthy food? Well, f it, I'm still gonna eat it. They don't allow their feelings to override their plan and routine. And while everyone is trying to rely on motivation or having some sort of feeling dictate what they do, these people do it regardless of how they feel. They don't obsess over motivation, they obsess over routine. So getting in shape is less about your genetics and more about your habits. It is much more about your behaviors, the things that you do every single day. And the most important part of all the things I mentioned on this list is that these things are baked into their identity. These are a non-negotiable for them. They don't do it to stay at 15%. They do it to function as a normal human being and operate at their best. Now, the one thing I'll mention is that everyone who contributed to this poll they don't necessarily have all of these habits. They have around 70 to 80% of them, and their unique combination helps them keep lean all year round. They don't focus on perfection, they focus on consistency. So like Bruce Lee said, take what is useful, reject what is useless, and if you want to stay lean, forget about the hacks and the secrets. Steal a part of these 10 rules, start small, and stack up your wins. And by the way, one of the most popular things people have said that kept them under 15% body fat was walking. And I did a video on the walking workout that we use to help clients lose belly fat. You can check it out over here. See you on that video.